your underlying program, right off the get-go, what true love is, what true security is, what true whatever is. It's already based there. But then your environment dictates it very differently. Hi, Masati here from Exponential Intelligence. Today's topic is emotions and why you shouldn't trust them. Okay? And I know ever since you've grown up, people tell you, well, honey, trust your emotions. There's tons and tons of books on telling you why you should trust your emotions. There's whole events on, embracing your emotions and trusting them and getting guided by it. A lot of religions, a lot of spirituality, a lot of love books go, well, trust your emotions. And then why is this guy telling you that you shouldn't trust your emotions? And you shouldn't, the way you are right now, unless you've tried XI. And the reason why is because, well, just simple. Okay, you don't have to trust me, but look at where your emotions have got you in the past. Okay, look at how many times have you fallen in love, and then you realize that that person was not the right one. Okay, and then what we do is like, well, shit, that person's not the right one, and then we blame that person, and then, well, we hold on to that tool of trusting our emotion, and then what do? We connect to another person that's very similar to that person, and the next person, and the next person. So is it the people that are out there, or you're just miscalibrated? It's just that the tools that you're using to connect to people that make you feel good are wrong. Right? So what I'm saying is, again, that you shouldn't trust your emotions until they're calibrated. And that's what XI, Exponential Intelligence, does. It allows you to calibrate your emotions. This is also where you shouldn't trust your intuition. Okay? Because again, intuition, emotions, it's just a higher version of emotions, because your intuition runs through your emotions. And you might go, well, I get channeled. But again, if your emotions are off, your intuition will be off. Most cases, your intuition is correct, but as it channels through, because that's how you experience, say, your intuition, your emotions will distort the intuition that was correct for you. So again, do not trust your emotions, no matter your parents say it, your preacher says it, whoever says it. Please don't trust your emotions. Observe your emotions. Right? I've given you plenty of reasons why you shouldn't trust your emotions. Well, some people go, well, you follow your heart. Again, which is an emotion, right? You follow your heart, follow that desire, follow that dream. And then whether it's a love affair that turns sour for you, like mostly it does, or even a career, right? You follow your heart, you follow your passion. It's like, this is my passion. And then you accomplish your passion. And then it's like, shit, is that it? Why didn't that passion enlighten me? Why didn't that passion say expand me? Why didn't that passion say was everlasting? Because your passion should be everlasting. It should be a timeless moment, right? But for the most part, passion, once you say hold on or attain the passion of your desires, your deepest desires, have you ever wondered why that passion doesn't last long? And then you have to look for a new passion, whether it's a love affair, whether it's like a mission, whether it's your career, whether you're trying to save something. Again, why doesn't that last? It's because it doesn't get you to where you want to go. The underlying reason on why you have any emotion for you, okay, is because your emotions are dictated by the programming that you're running. Okay, and this is, again, reason number 2 why you shouldn't trust your emotions for you. And let me give you an example. Say that you have, and this happens all the time, by the way. Okay? Say you have a program of abuse. You're a little kid. Okay? Your father or mother abuses you. And then at the same time, they give you love. Okay? Again, you might go, that's not a far-fetched story, right? It's pretty common, unfortunately, right? The hand that feeds you, guides you, strengthens you, also is the hand that abuses you, right? And it's very confusing for a child, right? Because again, in nature or in your conditioning or your genetics, those things don't mix, those things don't match. Only in the human world, in the human consciousness, those things are, say, side by side. You would never see, say, a parent wolf abusing and, again, creating safety and security. It never ever happens. Those two don't mix in nature at all. Only in the human world, and this is where things get messed up or muddled up in human consciousness. The programming literally gets short-circuited. So now what you do is, in your original state, okay, is that your underlying program, right off the get-go, what true love is, what true security is, what true whatever is. It's already based there. But then your environment dictates it very differently. Again, your environment goes, well, your security, your love, your desires, all those things are in this basket. Abuse patterns are in a very, very different basket in today's society, unfortunately. And this is where you see more and more kids getting fucked up, is that basket is in the same proximity. It's all about proximity of, again, time and space, or of the matrix. So you've moved that basket of abuse. Again, a very, very different, say, reality compared to your success, your love, your growth aspects, and then you've blended them into one basket. It's a bad mix. Literally, it's a bad mix. It's like mixing, foods that aren't supposed to be mixed. It tastes really bad. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It leaves a bad taste in your spirit, because your spirit doesn't know what to do. And then if it doesn't know what to do, and then it's observing its environment, well, and then it goes, well, you know what? In this environment, it looks like it's working. We must have gotten this wrong, so let's adapt the original meaning of success, meaning of love, meaning of connection to this, right? So to give you a real life example, this is where people, again, young kids, they observe that they're getting loved, they're getting nourished, right? The two basic needs, right? Love, nourish, security, or like a home, right? To grow and expand. Those things are mixed into abuse. So what you do over time, because your DNA changes, adapts to your environment, because that's how, again, your environment works, it adapts. You go, oh, abuse equals security, it equals love. So now you've got that equation in your programming that says abuse and love comes together. The only way I can feel love or security or assuredness is if I get abused, because again, it pushes you against that definition. So as you grow up, say you love somebody, and they treat you really nice, you might get really suspicious. It's like, well, why is this person really nice to me? Why is he actually loving me the way that he is? It doesn't feel like love, and you'll push that away, and you would attract somebody that would be abusive to you, and you go, oh, that's that real definition of love. But then, unfortunately, what happens is that you look at other people that haven't been abused in your environment, and then the wires get short-circuited again. And that's where things get really fucked up for you. As you age, it's been, say, so your synapses, right? The connections in your brain that have adopted that new definition for you, okay? What happens is, over time, you look at other people and you go, wow, they actually have a loving relationship. They're not abusing each other. But it's like, well, why don't I feel that? What's going on there? It's like, why do I have to feel abused to feel loved? Well, because of the programming that you had, right? So at a deeper level, your emotions are just simply tools to calibrate the programming demands that, but to back up a little bit, that programming that you have that is running, again, distorted programming, it has to survive because it's a consciousness now. It's a living thing, okay? Thoughts, if you've ever heard Napoleon Hill say thoughts are things, that's what he's talking about. This programming now exists in this reality. It has to survive. The basic needs of any programming is that it's always thriving to survive, okay? So no matter what it is. So now it's a living thing in your being. It doesn't want to die. So what does it do? It adapts your emotions to connect you to environments or experiences that you will get abused, because that's how it thrives. That's how it survives. So that's why your emotions will guide you into those situations that you'll get abused. You'll get shortchanged. You'll lose in the stock market. You'll get into bad business situations. You'll find yourself in, say, tumultuous situations or life-threatening situations or rape or an abuse situations, if you've ever experienced that. Have you ever noticed that people, it's like, God, no matter what I do, I find myself, and this is this woman, a client of mine. It's like, I read her and analyze her. It's like, oh shit, looks like you had like date rape when you were like 14 years old. It's like, yeah, I got date raped. And then it's like at 18, something happened, to you very similar to that, right? You got drugged or whatever. And then at your 20s, you had an abusive, husband that basically did the same thing to you. Those aren't coincidences, guys. Now, I've worked on hundreds of thousands of people, like again, one-on-one. So I see patterns or algorithms in people. Your life experience might be one-off and you go, well, that's just unusual. It's just, circumstances that kind of blended together. No, it's a pattern. It's an algorithm that you run. So again, do not trust your emotions. Just observe them for now. And then in the next podcast, I'll tell you how to calibrate.